ladies and gentlemen, here with Jet Ski All Things. We're here to do another little video. A lot of people know when you're running your jet ski, when you're flushing your jet ski, when you're flushing your jet ski, a lot of people want to know, well, why can't I run the water without the ski running, right? So I'm going to do just a quick little video because I'm just tearing into the 650. This is a 650 SX, but all jet skis, I would assume, that are pretty much all the same, the way the cooling system works. So when you flush your ski, you have to realize you're actually running the water backwards. So remember that when you flush, you're running everything backwards in the cooling system, because originally the cooling system works when it's in the water, it runs from the pump. Your jet pump creates pressure, which moves the water in, comes up through the bottom through a water jacket here, or a fitting, into jackets. So when you're running water from your normal pump, you're just coming up this way through here, you're coming up in through jackets, which are these right here. These right here are water jackets. So if you've never actually had anything open before, this is what your water actually goes through. It doesn't come through your actual manifold piece here. No, it comes through the jackets. So when you're running the ski normal, you obviously have nothing to worry about because your water's gonna come to the pump from the bottom. So now, when you flush, you're running everything backwards. So instead of the water normally coming up, going through your jackets, it comes from the bottom of your cylinders or your jugs, and then it comes up through your head, circulates through your head, comes up through this jacket, over into your exhaust manifold, and then runs into your exhaust. So now when you go to flush, what you're doing is what this piece right here, that's what this little guy is. Make it a little simpler if you're looking at it, just so you can get an idea. So now you got a hose attached here, correct? So now your hose, and I can pull this off, never mind, I got all the bolts on there. So now you're running everything backwards. This is why they call it a flush, because you're actually running all the cooling system backwards, so you can flush all the lines back out in case you've sucked anything up from your pump, if there's any debris or anything inside, you're actually going to flush it out. That's why they call it a flush. So what happens if you just go and hook this hose up and you just rip your water on? Well, now all your water is going backwards. So now it's going to go through your head, back down into your actual jackets here on the cylinder. And if you notice here, the jacket, so it's going to come up into your jackets. Instead, it's actually going to run up into your manifold. Now, if it runs up into this manifold and it goes in here, all that water is now going into your jugs, into your cylinders, and it's just going to continue to flush inside and go into the bottom of your crankcase. And all you're doing is filling your crankcase up with water. That is why it's extremely important not to run the water with the ski off. When the ski is running, then you have everything doing what it's supposed to do when you're flushing it out. Everything is running properly but backwards. So when you just go to plug this hose on and you just run that guy, well, just imagine all that water going inside of your engine now. And that's why it's extremely important not to run the water with the jet ski off. So I hope this kind of helps explain some things. It's definitely a little bit easier to understand when you can actually tear into the motor and understand it. And there's your reason there. So for everybody, as well, why? Because we all tell you, don't ever run your ski with the water, let the ski off with the water running. And a lot of people are like, well, why? Well, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Well, that's the big deal. So always remember, when you flush, you're running your cooling system backwards.